It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, it'll be the New Orleans Pelicans up against the Portland Trailblazers at Moda Center. For Portland, 6 wins in their last 10 games. They'd like to play even better. Tonight, a chance to add to their win total. And now around the halfway point, the novelty of the new season has died down, and we're still a long way from the playoffs. Shaq, how do the players maintain focus through this stretch? How do you maintain focus?
Well,
Have you maintained focus?
Easy. You're a pro, Ernie. Do your job. That's your job.
There you go.
You know, and not only that, you got to be a real competitor. You got to want to compete.
Yeah, good coaching, and the veterans can help you through this. Because the veterans have been here before, they can kind of lead you and guide you.
Do you feel focused right now?
Not at all.
No. Do you feel focused right now?
Never.
Well, that makes 3 of us. Here's Kevin Harlan. He's always focused.
Soaring high above the Willamette River towards our location tonight in downtown Portland. The Trailblazers play before the hometown crowd here in downtown Portland, Oregon. Thanks for joining us, everyone. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone, to the broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge on our sideline. And, of course, Amir Ashi. See how they continue to fare without him.
What the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their young players are ready to take on more responsibility, and they're going to be more minutes for guys that weren't seeing a whole lot of them before.
And let's go straight over to David Aldridge for a report before the tip-off. Hey, Dave.
Thanks, guys. Well, look, the Trailblazers are a promising young team. They've gone through their growing pains at times, but point guard Damian Lillard says the work ethic gives them optimism. He says when you have a group of guys that puts in time like this, you got to believe. When you see it every day, you know it has to work out at some point. Kevin?
Thanks, David. What a leader Lillard has become for this team. The Blazers' future is certainly bright with him at the helm. Well, the NBA has some great advanced scouts who know how to help a team prepare for an opponent. When you played, Chris, what kind of information would you be given with a team that was coming up on the schedule or the game that night that was important for you?
Well, wow, my rookie year, I remember the first time I got a scouting, the playoff scouting report, and I had to understand how many times the player I was playing against would shoot over his right shoulder as opposed to his left shoulder, and the percentage of the times he liked it on the left box as opposed to the right box, and really just knowing the guys and understanding the habits. And so you really need that. It gives you confidence because, as I said, you can't check one player. It's just so hard to do. So what do you have to do? You have to check their tendencies. So maybe you can beat him to the spot that he likes before he can, because if he gets there, he's just going to destroy you. Scouting reports are everything to understand your opponent and your opposing team.
Did you keep, Chris, say a mental notebook, or would you have a notebook that you would write in to keep track of these players, the guys you would face?
I had a mental notebook. The teams would give us physical notebooks, but I would just kind of read them and make my mental notes. You get to see guys so often that if you don't kind of understand who a player is that night before you play him, it might be too late.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So for New Orleans right now, the bigs inside, Davis and Cousins. Rajon Rondo is out there with Holiday, and it's Mirotic in at the small forward position. And here is Turner following the 3 from Nikola Mirotic. And here comes Holiday leading the fast break. Another miss by Holiday. And it's McCollum off the drive. Here's Nurkic. And there's the bucket. Staying with it on the offensive glass, getting it done. Nurkic has got his first basket.
That's what every team needs, guys getting after it on the offensive board.
Screen by Cousins. Rondo kicks to Cousins. No good on the triple. For Portland, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. Dishes it to Nurkic. Back to McCollum. Now the pass to Turner. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Shot clock at 5. Lillard, the pass to Davis. It's stolen by Davis. Mirotic has a wide open look. They get it back. It's stolen by Davis. Rondo against Turner. And he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle, too.
Oh, Kevin, you got to respect the strength of Turner. He's always had outstanding body control, and he's always been a threat to bury the shot and get the foul.
The Trailblazers shooting their first free throw of the night here.
One shot, gentlemen.
Well, Terry Stotts now in his 6th season as head coach in Portland. I mean, he's been a head coach for a handful of seasons elsewhere, but this is by far his longest run with a single team.
Now here's Rondo. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah. And Davis sends it back. McCollum dishes to Lillard. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in.
Well, it's easy to appreciate Lillard. Fantastic at powering through the D and nailing the shots.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Rondo can't get it to go.
Oh, great effort there. That's how you defend the paint.
Yeah, he has that capacity. He knows exactly where to position himself to protect the rim.
Davis with it. 11 points for him in that last game against the Utah Jazz.
And he also controlled the backboard as well. I mean, he really did a terrific job.
McCollum kicks to Lillard. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. A beautiful reverse layup.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Pelicans trail by 8. Holiday, the pass to Rondo. Here's the teardrop. C.J. McCollum with the rebound. And here are the Blazers. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Outside Turner. Pass to Lillard. Nurkic against Cousins. Nurkic can't hit.
That's a great job to converge on him inside and prevent that easy look.
Lillard against Rondo. And Cousins kicks to Mirotic. Davis dishes to Cousins. And count it. He'll head to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Oh, and Cousins just has the mentality that no one can stop him. Even when he gets hit, he has the talent to brush it off and still nail a shot.
Yeah, and last season, DeMarcus Cousins moving on in that blockbuster trade. Really impossible to get equal value for a star like Cousins, but he was pleased, I think, to put all the rumors of being traded to bed.
And that one falls for DeMarcus Cousins. And with Cousins, he found out that he was being traded to the Pelicans while at the All-Star game in New Orleans.
And it's never easy fitting in with another star like the Brow, but Cousins is just so skilled that you knew they would find a balance. And at the end of the day, Cousins seems to be happy with a team who's committed to him.
Pelicans trail by 7. Davis with a screen on Turner. Screen by Cousins. Davis setting the pick for Rondo. He dishes it to Cousins. Shoots over Nurkic. Bank shot, no good.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Well, not all defenses are constructed to protect the mid-range area. Nicely done that time.
Now here is Holiday after the miss from Evan Turner. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will take it. And here we can now take a look at how the ratio was between the 3s and the 2s last season for New Orleans.
And you can see how big a role the three-point shot played in their offense. They were determined to spread the floor and just kind of open things up through their long-range game.
And Portland with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Lillard with it, and Holiday picks him up defensively. Lillard attacking, and then Lillard slams it in.
Lillard is phenomenal at penetrating to the bucket with his speed, athleticism, difficult to slow down.
Rondo against Lillard. Davis setting the pick for Rondo. Teardrop shot, and he sinks the layup. Rondo's got his first points of the night.
Oh, the floater's a tough shot, even when you're that close to the bucket.
Here's Lillard. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there.
Outside Holiday. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Oh, Kevin, it's just the perseverance of Cousins. Always stays active on the boards and comes away with second chance opportunities for his team.
Cullen passes to Lillard. On the wing, Davis. Turner with a screen on Davis. Off the screen. And there's Lillard on the assist by Davis. Lillard's got 8 points.
An ideal start for him from the field. I mean, he hasn't missed a thing yet.
Mirotic the screen. Rondo kicks to Mirotic. Off target from outside. Trailblazers leading by 7. Inside, Turner. Here's Davis, and he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. It's going to go on Nikola Mirotic.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Portland shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. And we hear so much about this being the era of point guards, but you look at the crop of small forwards in the league today. Wow, what a lineup. And talk about versatility. There are a lot of good ones out there.
Yeah, the NBA has changed a lot. The 2 guard used to be the most athletic position when you think about it, with the Jordans, the Clyde Drexlers, other guys, but it's really changed. And really look at the size. Kevin Durant, you know, I was always amazed. I'm a power forward at 6'9". He's 2 inches taller than me, and he can play the point guard. So the game is evolving when you look at Kevin Durant, LeBron, Kawhi Leonard, Antetokounmpo, Jimmy Butler, those type of guys. When you want to talk about versatility, playing both ends of the floor and being able to score and get buckets, these guys come to mind.
The Trailblazers making a switch here. Swanigan's checked in. On the inbound, and it's good for 2. Moore's got his first points of the game.
Solid pick to create that opening. The soft touch on the jumper.
Napier dishes to Harkless. Here's Swanigan. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. And the basket by Napier.
Nice, spicy finish. He was left alone. Why not?
Here's Moore. 7-point differential. They set the pick. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Moore's got his second basket of the night.
And no fight left in the defense there after a teeth-rattling pick.
Here's Napier. 14 points from him the last game against Milwaukee. Here's Connaughton. Poke loose. And New Orleans pushing it up now. Moore's running. And it's Portland with the rebound. They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
And how about the defensive adjustments in that one? Their communication was brilliant all night.
Well, they really work well together. They trusted each other. That's how you get stops.
And for Mo Harkless, Greg, a one and done as we know out of St. John's, then first played in the NBA with Orlando, but he has found a role, it seems, with the Trailblazers.
Yeah, and think of it, the Magic basically gave him away. Felt he wasn't aggressive enough and not a good enough shooter. He's gained confidence here in Portland and parlayed that into a long-term contract.
Move shot.
First one falls for him. Chris, the Blazers with an intriguing group of young players, and they've got a deep bench, too.
Terry Stotts spreading the minutes load, keeping his guys fresh, instilling confidence in those younger reserves.
Harkless hits them both. And the Pelicans at last season's trade deadline making the big deal for DeMarcus Cousins.
You know, you look at Anthony Davis being paired with Cousins, and certainly on paper, you could make the argument that they've got the best 1-2 punch on the front line in the league. Two Kentucky guys, great size and offensive skill in terms of their versatility. If they can surround them with shooters and some perimeter defense, I think this group could be scary.
Here's Harkless following the score by New Orleans. Fast break, here they come. Here's Liggins. Here's Diallo. Doesn't go that time. And it's Portland the other way.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
No good from Moore. Portland leading by 5. Napier passes to Connaughton. Here's Swanigan. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. Here's Clark. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game.
Some very slack defending, playing with fire to leave him that open beyond the arc.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. Let's now take a look at some league leaders with the rundown of the best passing big men in the NBA over the past month. And you look at Diallo, top 5 in the NBA, and his teammates love it.
And these are some of the most complete players in our league. I mean, they're not just traditional score and rebound big men. They can beat you with their passing as well.
And that court awareness is what makes them such valuable players. It makes defenses that much more unwilling to double them, given how great they are at distributing the rock.
And the first one at the line is good. And Chris, you were the #1 overall draft pick back in 1993. We've seen a lot of greats taken with that pick, but it also seems that those #1 picks who aren't as successful face a lot of pressure, a lot of criticism. There's a lot on your plate to handle. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, there's a lot of pressure for some players being the #1 pick. But I've always laughed and I've thought about, players that maybe people say maybe they were a bust, maybe this player wasn't good. Well, I think you should go back and look at the GM that picked them. I mean, the GM is the guy that assesses talent, So when there were a few players that were picked #1, and many players said, what are you doing? We've played against him. We would never pick him #1. So before that, I think the NBA is about opportunity and situation. Look at a guy like Chauncey Billups. He went to Boston. He didn't do well at Boston. They called him a malcontent, said he couldn't play, and then he ended up being one of the best leaders that the game had. And so this game is all about situation and opportunity. Can you find the right fit? That's why if you're a player, you can't let frustration get to you. You have to continue to work hard, continue to prove your game, because when you play, you're auditioning for the other teams in the league as well. They're saying, wait a minute, we see his unique talent, skills, and we see his unique skill set, and we could use him. And so many times you just have to wait for the right position, the right situation.
And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
And how about the explosiveness he shows, going from the offensive to the defensive end in a blink.
And so here's Portland, following the score by New Orleans. Connaughton kicks to Collins. At the top of the key, Napier looking to end the drought. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. And the New Orleans Pelicans last season with one of the worst offensive rebounding percentages in history.
Yeah, I mean, it improved somewhat with DeMarcus Cousins coming in. But I think really it's the team's philosophy, though. They value getting back in transition more than they value a chance to attack that offensive glass.
That one is off.
And the missed opportunities for them at the line here early on.
No good on the second free throw. And Damian Lillard said he's committed to finishing his career in Portland, title or not. He's invested in this franchise.
Team first, that helps all the players buy in. And new additions have to fall in line with the example he set. He said the culture won't change because he won't allow it to happen.
Here's Connaughton following the score by New Orleans. 55 seconds left here in the first quarter. To the middle, a steal. Some firepower from this offense tonight.
Yeah, they got a nice groove going right now offensively.
And Liggins kicks to Ajinça over Collins. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Here's Connaughton. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And the basket by Liggins. Liggins has got 6 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
They set the screen. Here's Swanigan. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
The defense is doing just enough to bother him on the jump.
More. He's off on that one. And we reach the end of the first quarter. New Orleans on top, ending the first quarter on a 20-6 run. We've got more in store for you right after this. And now a chance to hear from point guard Damian Lillard as he explains his stoic demeanor on the floor.
I was taught to, never let anybody see how you feel. I kind of just embraced it, for my entire life. Just, you wouldn't know if something was going on in my life or not, because as long as I'm taking care of business and doing what I need to be doing, that's all that matters.
I would say we probably shouldn't expect to see Lillard starring in any reality shows about his personal life.
Lillard is a young man who is all about taking care of business.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And what stands out to you from the Pelicans in this one?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Well, that's what happens when you're aggressive on that end of the floor. They took a few chances and took control of the game.
So for New Orleans right now, Diallo out there with Alexis Ajinça. Then there's Etuan Moore. Then there's DeAndre Liggins. And it's Clark in at the point guard. A baseline J. Another shot. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
For New Orleans, they have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight. Free throw good, Ajinça. Well, we talk so much about what it's like on the floor, Chris, but I wonder what it was like off the floor when you were on the bench watching the team play and what was going through your head and mind. What did you and your teammates talk about as you were on the bench taking a rest and watching the game go on?
It depends on which game. You know, if you're in L.A. and you see, you know, Eddie Murphy and Rihanna walk in, you're going to say, hey, look at Beyonce and Jay over there. Or, you know, if you're watching a great play and you see a guy dunk on your teammate, you're not going to get too excited, but you're going to whisper to your teammate, man, did you see that? That's crazy. Or, you know, you're pumping up guys because they've been working so hard in practice, and it's a guy who's getting his first time to kind of get in and get a good run. So you're cheering him on. And so being on the bench, you know, it's a lot of fun. You have to stay focused and ready to re-enter the game. But part of that job on the bench is to keep the energy of the bench, and that's to keep guys encouraged, to be loose, to have fun. And so it's a lot of fun being on the bench. More fun when you're winning than losing, but a lot of fun being on the bench encouraging guys.
And it's Napier missing. And so it looks like the Pelicans will retain possession here.
And with the moment, let's look at the stats for Harkless. How last month turned out for him. He's right around 9 points a night, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
He hustles, does the little things, just a good complimentary guy who you need on your team.
And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
And talk about the Blazers players. They talk a lot about the work ethic of this team.
Well, the work ethic of this team starts with number 0, Damian Lillard. He makes sure that it's a competitive environment. A lot of these young players, though, are looking to prove themselves in the gym before and after practice. They're challenging one another.
That free throw missing, so Portland ends up going with the new group. A big group substitution here for New Orleans. Davis is checked in for Diallo. Iritic comes in for DeAndre Liggins. Drew Holiday's checked in for Ejuan Moore. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ian Clark. So he comes up empty at the line.
Yeah, and the Pelicans, after making the playoffs in 2015, had some high expectations with superstar Anthony Davis, but last year was a bit of a disappointment, and it forced them to kind of pull the trigger and go out and land DeMarcus Cousins. So their fortunes now, I think, are going to be held by those 2 anchors on the front line.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. Hey, the Portland Trailblazers are developing a great chemistry for a young team. Damian Lillard takes the team to San Diego every September for bonding purposes, and he told me how much we like each other, how much time we spend around each other. That shows you a team that is really together. It is a unit. We have each other's back. Kevin?
And it's critical to establish camaraderie early on. Thank you, D.A. Sounds like Lillard has this team headed in the right direction.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Greg, what would you say is the key for the Pelicans to get back in the playoff mix?
There's several. I think rebounding was a big problem. The trade for Cousins should help in that area, and every team needs more shooting. But I think in particular, this group does. And then first and foremost, look, you got to stay healthy. Hard to figure out what you have when you never get a chance to see it.
Now, here's Lillard following the miss by DeMarcus Cousins. And Lillard kicks to Turner. Shot clock at 5. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one on Davis.
Turner is driving. He's ready to take the punishment. Fantastic at staying aggressive.
And this will be his 2nd and 3rd shots at the line here.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. And the Blazers with 3 first-round picks under their control this last summer. That's where you want to be.
Definitely. Picks 15, 20, and 26 in a strong draft class. That could really help reinforce a roster.
He hits the second from the line.
Turner, he's so valuable to this team. He's a guy who can play multiple positions. He can score, rebound, he can pass as well.
Lillard against Rondo. And Holiday has it in the corner. Stolen by McCollum. Loads it up for Davis. That ties it up.
Lillard is great at spotting the open man. He knows it's his responsibility to get his guys going.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. To the inside, Holiday, and it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
McCollum against Holiday. Lillard dishes to Turner. To the inside. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
And Mirotic kicks to Holiday. The feed now to Davis. Cousins inside. He's guarded by Nurkic. Goes back up, and Cousins puts it back in. And now a 4-point Pelican lead.
You got to get the rock to Cousins when he's in the post. A true bruiser who relishes opportunities near the bucket.
Here's Turner, and you know that's going to be goaltending, guys, so that's a free basket right there.
That's a very close call. I'm sure he thinks it's a clean block, but looks like it was on the way down.
The Pelicans have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. Cousins with a screen for Holiday. Goes up off the pick, and then Cousins with the dunk.
That's just a massive pick set by Cousins. He's so big that he makes it very hard to fight around him once he establishes his position.
Rondo against Lillard. It's McCollum on the wing. Davis with a screen on Holiday. Shot clock at 6. McCollum kicks to Nurkic. Shoots over Cousins. Nurkic can't hit. Pelicans leading by 4. Outside Holiday. Here's the floater. And they'll keep possession. And Davis can't get it to go.
The active defense making things very hard on him as he goes in for the layup.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
You can see that he definitely takes rebounding seriously, and his size really helps him come down with plenty of those tough boards.
Rondo kicks to Cousins. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. And 12 points here for Cousins.
He's been in control here tonight, helping them get in front with his work from the field.
Nurkic a screen on Mirotic. Turner dishes to Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. For New Orleans, they've gotten exactly half their shots to go down here in the second, 5 of 10. Rondo gets the bucket.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Outside Turner. Passes to Nurkic. Can they get it? That's it, and the Pelican lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Lillard.
Wow, Lillard capitalizing in the paint is a beautiful thing. A fantastic score, especially this close to the rim.
Davis setting the pick for Rondo. He feeds it to Mirotic. Screen by Cousins, and Mirotic kicks to Davis. The 11-footer. He can't get that one. Portland's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. McCollum with the ball. Now guarded by Mirotic. Back to McCollum. And Davis sends it back.
He's got that huge wingspan, and boy, does he use it well on the defensive end. If Davis is within shouting distance of the shooter, there's a good chance he'll get a hand on it.
And here we go with Davis heading to the hoop. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And C.J. McCollum, one of those players who was a late bloomer. Chris, just over 5 feet tall as a high school freshman. Played his college career at mid-major Lehigh. It's in the Patriot League.
He had a great college career. He played all 4 seasons there. And, of course, the 10th pick in the 2013 draft. And this season, a 4-year, $100 million contract kicks in. Yeah, he's made it big time.
Free throw good. McCollum.
One of the most skilled offensive players in the game. C.J. McCollum has all the moves you want.
Both good from the line that time. And C.J. McCollum with a point guard's handle. He can attack with either hand.
He transitions cleanly into his pull-up jumper. With that quick high release, almost no time to recover.
Now here is Mirotic. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. That doesn't go either for Davis. Trailblazers trail by 5. And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
He just recorded his 3rd foul of the half. Coach has to consider resting him until the 3rd quarter.
So for the Trailblazers, Swanigan, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. And Maurice Harkless subbed in for Evan Turner. And then for New Orleans, Andre Liggins, he's checked in for Mirotic. And Ian Clark subbed in for Rajon Rondo. Now here is Davis. Here's Lillard, and then Lillard slams it in.
Love the versatile offensive game of Lillard. He has so many moves and his shots in his arsenal.
Clark, the pass to Davis. Back to Clark. It's stolen by Davis. Lillard, right side. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. He is a scorching 86%. New Orleans has gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the 2nd quarter. Davis sets a screen. Clark dishes to Davis. Down low, Harkless with the steal. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Lillard with the ball.
Encouraging to see Lillard focus on improving his defense, showing solid instincts to come up with that steal.
The Pelicans trail. And Holiday kicks to Davis. Back to Holiday. Here's Cousins. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Cousins has got 14. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Now here's Harkless. He puts up decent numbers on a nightly basis, averaging about 10 points a game. And it's McCollum off the drive. Over Holiday. And the basket by McCollum. McCollum's got his 2nd basket of the night.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Clark kicks to Davis. Back to Clark. Davis sets a screen. Over Davis. He can't get that one to fall.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
Harkless the pass to Davis. And it's Davis with the jam.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
Well, yeah, and you have to give him credit too. Makes the right read, go straight to the rim.
And DeAndre Liggins picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have. You're right. A different look now for Portland. Collins checked in for Davis. Pat Connaughton comes in for McCollum, and it's Napier in for Damian Lillard. And then for New Orleans, Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Cousins. Diallo comes in for Anthony Davis, and Moore subbed in for Drew Holiday. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Out to the right wing. 1:25 left in the first half. Clock at 6. Here's Clark. Makes a big height bounce and goes in. He has 6.
He has the physical and mental makeup to abuse defenders inside.
Here's the screen. Napier passes to Swanigan. Over in the corner, Harkless. The dish to Moore. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Well, we like to keep you up to date on the fresh talent in the league, so let's check in on the rookie block leaders. And you look at Collins, fierce inside defender, tops in the NBA in blocks.
Well, he has clearly established himself as the premier rim protector in this year's rookie class.
That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. The Trailblazers on offense. They're on a 14-5 run here. Pass to Swanigan. They set the pick. Feeds to Napier. Stripped away.
And 2 for 1. That's what they'd like to get right now.
Yeah, this could come down to the correct play call, but let's see what they do right here.
Portland's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. 23 seconds left in the first half of basketball. And that one's good from Connaughton.
Oh, just a solid screen to free him up. Makes the layup possible.
Here's Clark. He has 6. From deep 3-point range, he got it up that time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for the Portland Trailblazers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks. Here with Coach Terry Stotts. Coach, it's a hard game so far. Going into the second half, what will you tell your team?
We just got to compete. You know, keep competing, trust each other, and make plays.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It is a good game we have here after one half of play. Welcome, everybody, to the halftime show. I'm Ernie Johnson. The guy nodding over here is Kenny the Jet Smith. And the guy that's doing that is Shaquille O'Neal. Damian Lillard has been having a big night. He had 16 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 steal. What'd you think about Portland, Kenny?
Well, I think to shoot a high percentage, your offense has to be in sync. And in the first half, those guys were sharing the basketball, playing for each other. Now it becomes a matter of being consistent at it.
And over to the big fella, your thoughts on the Pelicans.
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
That'll do it for now. The second half of action coming right up.
And we welcome you back to a beautiful aerial view of the I-5 freeway as it flows over the Willamette River here in Portland, Oregon. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. We're seeing a tremendous game from Damian Lillard.
You know, and as effective as he was at slashing to the hoop in that first half, even better at finishing once he got there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just his ability to play above the rim led to some highlight reel dunks and really pumped up his teammates.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Portland leading. Lillard and McCollum, the star-studded backcourt. Davis is out there with Turner. And it's Nurkic in at the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group on the floor for Portland. Now here is Davis. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court, and Davis sends it back.
And when you look at the Pelicans, you got to expect for them to be one of the top defensive teams in the league. You've got the Twin Towers down low, and Drew Holiday is in the top handful, I think, of defensive point guards in the league.
Two shots.
First free throw is good. And Drew Holiday at 6'4", great size for the point guard position.
And his height enables him to cover shooting guards. At the same time, he does a great job of keeping smaller players in front of him.
So he gets them both.
He's only listed at 6'4", but Holiday plays bigger than that. That's the case on D more than anywhere else. He can guard 3 positions, and there's a lot of value in that.
Now here's McCollum. Outside Turner. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. And that's 13 points for Evan Turner.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Rondo kicks to Holiday. Off the screen. Nice jump shot. Good. Holiday's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, you got to respect the awareness level of Rondo. When his teammates have a clean look at the basket, the ball gets there without hesitation.
And it's a defensive 3-second violation. The Trailblazers have missed out on some chances at the line today. 0-6 of 11.
Wow, you remember the 2015-16 Trailblazers losing 4 of their 5 starters? I mean, I don't think people really understand what a huge burden that placed on the shoulders of Damian Lillard. But he accepted the challenge and got them to the second round of the playoffs. That's just incredible.
The wing jumper off target.
And low percentage look on that one. Not sure what he was thinking.
Sometimes you get a little outside of yourself. You have to be a little more disciplined.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Fellas, Al-Farouq Aminu has established himself as a great defensive player, and he wants that recognition. He said, my goal every year is to be Defensive Player of the Year. I want to guard 1 through 4, and even 5 sometimes. I want it to be known that I'm a great defender, and I want the league to recognize that. Kevin?
Thanks, David. Aminu continues to prove his worth on the defensive end. His length and quickness certainly hard to deal with. And he knocks down the first one. And one of the most dangerous shooters in the league, Damian Lillard, only needs a sliver of daylight grade to get that baby off.
Yeah, I mean, he'll brush off the comparisons to Steph Curry, but he presents some of the same problems for the defense. Deep range, a quick release, and just one of the nastiest step-back jumpers in the game.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Holiday dishes to Rondo. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. It's going to be on Yusuf Nurkic.
And just enjoy watching Rondo utilize that speed on the drive. Just kind of nice through the defense there and dares you to attack him.
Two shots.
That free throw, no good. Well, a few things have become clear with Rondo in the past few seasons. One, Greg, he needs to be happy with his situation in order to be productive. And two, he can give you big numbers at times, but he isn't the player he once was on that Celtic team.
Yeah, and Rondo, he's such a hard-headed guy and has his own way of approaching things. If you clash with him, everything goes up in flames with his game. He needs to be on the same page with his coach, and he's running out of coaches who will put up with it. And when engaged, Rondo is special. A triple-double threat who does a little bit of everything for his squad.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. To the paint, here's Nurkic. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists now in this one. Pelicans trail by 4. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Rondo against Lillard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That is his first foul of the game. Inside, here's Mirotic.
Well, it's great to see Lillard working on his defense. A part of his game that he's going to tighten up on. Having a little bit of trouble at the start of the half. Only 1 for 4 from the field.
McCollum with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo.
That's what we're talking about in terms of the activity level defensively. You got to protect the rim.
Well, that takes physical ability, good timing. Those 2 things that he possesses.
Now here's Rondo. 5 points in the game. And Davis wide open. He shoots. Off target with his 3.
Man, you hate this. Getting off to a rocky start in the beginning to this half. Only shooting 20% from the field.
Here's Lillard. And Damian Lillard with the jam.
Lillard is capable of getting up to slam it home. You better keep him out of the paint.
Pelicans trail by 6.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Holiday kicks to Cousins. Mirotic the screen. The tray. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Davis has got 7 rebounds in the game. And stolen by Mirotic. Outside Rondo. Floats one. It's good on the putback.
Oh, Kevin, and it really only takes a couple of shots for Cousins to find his groove. He is just a phenomenal scorer.
Portland leading by 4. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Here's Lillard. And he banks in the layup. Lillard's got 23.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Yeah, but here's the problem. They play team ball. So if you pay him too much attention, that just leaves other guys open and is too difficult of an adjustment to make.
And Davis sends it back.
If he'd been even halfway decent today, the score would be a lot different, but he can't get anything to fall.
And Davis sends it back. Rondo against Lillard. And Mirotic has it in the corner. Here's Cousins. And he can't bank that one in. The Trailblazers have gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half. And stolen by Cousins. 17-foot shot on the way.
Not a very consistent quarter for him in terms of the shooting.
And a wide open look for McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists tonight. To the inside, Davis. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Greg, from his one-and-done season at Kentucky, leading college basketball in block shots. We knew Anthony Davis could dominate defensively, but did you have any idea he'd be this good offensively?
None. I mean, with his length and athleticism, you knew he'd have an impact as a finisher. But the way his shooting has developed, it has been remarkable. Now, granted, this was a guy that at one point was recruited to play point guard coming out of high school, but he's playing more like a shooting guard with his skill set.
He misses the free throw.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot.
Good on the second free throw. Here is Lillard, who's got 23. Outside Turner. Davis sets a screen. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two. That one on Davis.
Turner doesn't back down. He goes right at the defense, forces the issue, and gets to the line.
The Trailblazers have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts. He misses the free throw. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Portland. Morris checked in for the Pelicans. And the second free throw, good.
And done a much better job from the line this half. They've gotten that percentage up over 80 for the game.
Now here's Rondo. He's guarded closely. Good chance here for Davis. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
That's his mindset. Attack, attack, attack whenever possible.
Cullen passes to Nurkic. Here's Napier. He's covered by Rondo. And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a three-point play chance right here. One free throw coming up. So for the Pelicans, Alexis Ajinça comes in for DeMarcus Cousins, and Diallo subbed in for Davis. Free throw drops for Napier. Pelicans trail by 10. And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, we saw no matter what they tried offensively, the opponent just had the answer.
And in a big way. This was a blowout. The players, coaches, everyone is to blame.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Well, I think the first thing they need to talk about are the rotations. There's a lot of miscommunication out there.
And a chance here to take a look at the shooting chart for Holiday.
Well, we know that this team can shoot a lot better from deep. But tonight it's just not there for them. They can keep firing and hope they can shoot their way out of this funk. But if they continue to shoot it like they have from beyond the arc thus far, they'll just be beating themselves.
Here's Rondo. He has 5. They set the screen. Here's Mirotic. Offline with his 3.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Here's Connaughton. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game.
Well, it's a confidence shaker when you can't hit a wide open 3 like that.
The Pelicans have had 15 tries at the line. They've made 10.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
That free throw good from Diallo. And we've seen a few players come into the NBA through different paths, either playing overseas for a year or spending time in the D League, now known as the G League. Chris? Do you think that these alternative paths to the NBA will ever be as common as the standard collegiate path to the NBA?
Well, I think it can be, only because there's such an international presence in the game, and that now you're starting to find players all over. And the great thing about the NBA is it doesn't matter where you come from. It just matters what type of skill set that you have. So I can see it being other paths to the NBA, but the NCAA is always going to be one, in the fact that guys want to play for their state teams, and that's always going to be fun to watch. But thank God for basketball fans and athletes, there's a lot of paths to the NBA, which is the ultimate if you want to play basketball.
Absolutely. And here are the Trailblazers now, following the score by New Orleans. Here's Harkless, takes the 12-footer and hits. Harkless has got 6.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Moore dishes to Liggins. They set the screen. Five on the clock. Launches a 3. Collins grabs the miss. Collins has got 6 rebounds in the game. Kicks it to Harkless. There's the pass to Connaughton. Pulls up from the corner. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. And now it's an 11-point Portland lead.
Artful use of the screen there. Gains the separation he needs for a good look.
Diallo. And it's Portland with the rebound. Collins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Harkless with the bucket. Harkless has got 4 this quarter.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Pelicans trail by 13. There's a good screen. And Moore kicks to Liggins. Over Harkless. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. He's got 11.
If you leave him alone, he'll drain that mid-range jumper all day long.
He kicks to Napier. Pass to Connaughton. Rebound by Ajinça. Ajinça's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Moore. It's tipped. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession. And let's quickly check in on the season's top rookie rebounders so far. And you look at Collins, no doubt one of the most efficient rebounders in the game.
Already in his first season, he's really a man in the paint, ready-made with the strength and determination to make his presence felt.
Here's Napier. He has 5. Here's Harkless, and count it, and a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Indicative of what we've seen tonight. One team being the aggressor, the other failing to react.
We know the saying, numbers don't lie. You can see it up there on the scoreboard.
One shot, find the lanes.
The free throw off from Harkless. Pelicans trail by 13. Here's Moore. Here's Diallo. And good that time. Diallo's got 5 points so far.
He lives for these type of battles on the boards. It doesn't matter which end of the floor it is either.
Here's Napier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Harkless. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Harkless has got the lead up to 13 now for the Trailblazers. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over.
Yeah, you know, some of it's shot selection, some just bad luck, and they just can't get anything going.
Well, this is the dilemma as a coach. You wonder, do I need to call a timeout here? Do I need to settle these guys down? Should I let them play through it?
Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Trailblazers. Third best record here in the early going. And, of course, the New Orleans Pelicans. 6 games out.
And, you know, for the Pelicans, there were fears they'd be one of the NBA's doormats this season. Those fears have turned out to be well-founded.
Well, it's not really shocking, is it, considering the makeup of their roster? They need a ton of help in many areas if they want to get better.
Here's Connaughton. This is the most they've led by 13 points.
And since they've come out of halftime, they've been extremely poised and very efficient.
And don't forget, very accurate. Taking shots within the floor of the offense. Not something that can be said for their opponent.
Takes the 13-footer. That's short off the rim.
He gets the shot he was looking for, and he just can't bury it.
This one for 3. Liggins, no good.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And New Orleans pushing it up now. And it's Clark in the corner. Offensive rebound. And that one is good from Ajinça. Ajinça's got 6 points.
You can't pass up a shot from such short range.
Here's Napier. 5 points in the game. Here's Connaughton. Good, and it's Napier with the assist that time. And the Trailblazers lead by 15. The Pelicans shooting an ugly 27% since halftime. There's the pick. And here's more outside. Shot clock reset for New Orleans. .112 left in the third quarter. Dishes to Clark from past the arc. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Collins has got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Talk about ugly. I mean, no pressure being put on him, and he sails the pass right out of bounds.
.58 seconds left here in the third quarter. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Here's Liggins, defended by Harkless. Diallo pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying annex to narrow the deficit.
Well, also a miscommunication on defense. No one rotates over. See ya.
Here's Swanigan. Oh, that's blocked. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. Lillard's checked in for Swanigan. And the Pelicans also making a change. Holiday's checked in. .29 seconds left in the third. Shot by Collins, no good.
I love the anticipation defensively there to get into the perfect spot.
They get it again. Diallo the pass to Moore. There's the screen. He dishes it to Ajinça. Second chance shot. Off on that one. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. Right back after this break. And a moment ago, inside the huddle with head coach Alvin Gentry.
Guys, we got to be more solid, okay? We got to be more solid defensively. Now we got to dig in, we got to guard, okay? And then we got to execute our offense.
A lot of things on that list, trying to refocus his troops. Moments ago, Coach Alvin Gentry.
Yeah, the energy's all right, but the execution definitely could be better with and without the basketball.
And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. So for New Orleans right now, Holiday and Moore, the guards. Diallo out there with DeMarcus Cousins, and it's Liggins in at the 3, the small forward.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Nurkic checked in for the Trailblazers. Davis comes in for Harkless. Anthony Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Rondo comes in for DeAndre Liggins. And he's good on the second. Trailblazers leading by 15. Now Lillard. The feed to Nurkic. Shoots over Cousins. And the rejection by Cousins.
And one of the things Cousins has continued to develop, his defense. Really makes an effort to swat that shot away.
Rondo against Lillard. And Davis sends it back. And the basket is good.
And you can see the second chance points now starting to be a major factor.
Here's Lillard. Lays it up and banks it in. Lillard's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Well, he's extremely accurate here coming down the stretch, trying to see if he can close this one out.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead has got back down to 13 points, and that one coming from Moore. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth. Outside, Davis. Shot clock at 6. Passes it to McCollum. And the rejection by Cousins. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Mirotic is checked in for each one more. Pelicans trail by 13. Rondo dishes to Cousins. Mirotic against McCollum. Now here is Mirotic. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Davis. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It goes on C.J. McCollum.
Gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And both free throws good for Davis.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Over in the corner, Turner. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic.
So close to getting the steal there, but the deflection equally as effective.
Oh, man, yeah, he read it all the way. He got a jump on it. Very close.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And Lillard focused on involving his teammates through passing, showing a real desire to make them better.
Pelicans trail by 13. Timeout called here. The Pelicans decide to talk it over. And Nurkic, the first player, Chris, in over 30 years to record a game with 28 points, 20 rebounds, 8 assists, and 6 blocks.
Yeah, he lit up the Sixers that night in the win for the Blazers. His hot start ignited Nurkic fever in Portland and helped propel them back into that playoff hunt.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Well, look, here's what Alvin Gentry told his team during the break. He was not happy with their defensive performance. He said they're getting everything they want. We've got to show them we can't let that happen. You have to make a stand. You have to get some stops, and that'll get us going on a run. Guys?
Thank you, David. Mirotic against Turner. Nurkic a screen on Mirotic, and it's Turner off the drive. Here's Nurkic. That one a little long. Pelicans trail by 11. Ahead, here's Holiday. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 3 assists now in this one.
Beautiful lead pass. The finisher never has to break stride.
Lillard the pass to Nurkic, and Davis sends it back. And the call will be against Yusuf Nurkic. That's foul number 2 for him. For New Orleans, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the 4th. The wide open look here for Holiday.
He'll be beating himself up if they can't come back because he is not carrying his weight at the offensive end.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Stolen by Holiday. Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Well, they left it until the 4th quarter, but finally the run they needed to get back into this one.
Well, look, they finally found the energy. They need to make this one a ball game again. Now, can they get the lead?
Out to Turner, shoots over Mirotic, and Turner the bucket on the assist by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Rondo with it. Davis sets a screen. Holiday left side. Takes the 3. Another miss by Holiday. Trailblazers leading by 7. And it's McCollum off the drive. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Davis.
It's been a rough game for him, but it won't sting too bad as long as they hang on to the lead.
And Mirotic kicks to Rondo. Shoots over Lillard. Again, the Pelicans score.
And, you know, he's proven to be capable at sinking that mid-range jump shot. Rondo has to be respected from that part of the floor.
Now, here's Lillard. Out of bounds, New Orleans will take possession.
Cheap turnover. You got to make sure your target's ready for the pass before you let it go.
And here are the Pelicans now. And here's Rondo. A floater. Great D that time from Nurkic. Outside Turner. Great D that time from Davis.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
Here's Cousins. And Davis pulls it down.
Not the tightest of D on him, but not the best of finishes either.
Lillard against Rondo. And Nurkic has it in the corner. Looking to get it going, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That one on Davis. Free throw good. Nurkic. so he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
They haven't been able to count on his scoring tonight, but still, here they are in the lead.
Shot from 6. That one's in there, and the Portland lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Anthony Davis.
He didn't let that first half get him down. He has come out firing on all cylinders to begin this second half.
Lillard dishes to Turner. From outside, off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Now here's Rondo. He feeds it to Mirotic. The tray. That one misses.
Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
And Davis can't get it to go.
A highlight reel play all the way, just can't connect.
Well, a good attempt to try to finish that alley-oop steal, though. Still should have went for something better than that.
And boy, you can see his struggles from the field, and I think it's really starting to get to him.
Back to Turner. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. First free throw is good. And both free throws good for Evan Turner. Pelicans trail by 6. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Rondo passes to Mirotic. Rondo with a screen for Mirotic. Lock at 6. And again, no good by New Orleans. Portland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. McCollum right side. Lillard outside. On the wing, Turner. And it's blocked by Mirotic. And now the Pelicans on the break and stolen by Lillard. Fast break, here come the Trailblazers. Here's Nurkic, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got assist number 5 here tonight.
And a good example there of why it's important to change ends quickly.
Yeah, talent in this league has it so that now pretty much every team can push the pace. You have to get back on defense.
And maybe that'll trigger them. Impossible not to get pumped up after that.
Yeah, well, you could see the immediate reaction of the guys on the bench. They are pumped up. And the replay presented by Under Armour. Unleash chaos, giving us the chance to enjoy that alley-oop all over again.
Even when you try to pressure McCollum, he stays calm. Gotta like his poise to the basketball.
Rondo kicks to Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points. Lillard outside for the 3. Goes back up. Nurkic dishes to Turner. No good on the triple.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Rondo kicks to Mirotic.
Now, Mirotic, he has a skill set perfectly tailored for today's game. A big man who can shoot. It's exciting to watch him ball.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. And Portland making a change here. Harkless is checked in. And so he hits both. Trailblazers leading by 4. Davis, the pass to Harkless. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That one on Davis. No good on the free throw. And he can't hit the second. Pelicans trail by 4. Holiday with it. Guarded now by Harkless. And again, New Orleans has no luck.
And so far this quarter, he's been a little off on his game.
Yeah, the scoring, I mean, it's not coming easy for him. You have to get into a little rhythm, but that's when you can make the extra pass, play the role of the facilitator.
Well, it looked as if he would never find his game after that awful first half start, but he is really hitting his stride in the second.
And Holiday kicks to Davis. Over Davis. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Trailblazers leading by 6. And Harkless with the basket on the assist by Lillard. And that's now 18 points for Harkless. New Orleans has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Holiday dishes to Mirotic. Screen by Cousins. Here's Davis. That doesn't go either for Davis. Portland's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Outside, Davis. Nurkic a screen on Hubble. Davis sets a screen. 6 to shoot. Lillard misses.
And you know what? You can't get a better screen. Frees him up beautifully, but he just fails to capitalize.
The best laid plans, right? Well, I tell you right there, though, that's one they'll take every single time.
Pelicans trail by 8. Dish now to Cousins. Fades and shoots. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 21 points for Davis.
As dangerous as he is inside, Davis gives opponents nightmares when he's able to get to the mid-range. He's very reliable when he steps back and takes the jump shot.
Screen by Nurkic. Here's Lillard, and he connects on the jumper. The screen did the trick. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
Oh, a simple screen, but there was a defensive mix-up that left the man wide open.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're behind by 8. 50 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Damian Lillard.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
He sure has given this crowd a treat tonight. This kind of performance only cements his status as a fan favorite. Turner's checked in for the Trailblazers. Cousins with a screen on Turner. He used that pick to get in close.
Oh, he took a terrific angle right there off the screen, something they work on every day in practice.
McCollum with the screen on Rondo. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. Screen by Nurkic. Shot off the pick. McCollum, no good.
Time working against them here.
It's going to be crazy hard right now to catch up. They need a quick score and a quick foul.
Oh, what a huge basket from Cousins. He knows he's the #1 option on offense when the game is on the line.
The free throw drops for Cousins.
And Cousins stands 6'11", 270 pounds. He plays the game with heart and passion.
And so they choose to intentionally foul. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
First free throw is good, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
It's about the mentality of him. Plays with a chip on his shoulder. He feels like he's always got something to prove.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
Making this a 2-possession game. That's the benefit of knocking down the easy ones.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. They're trailing by 5. We've got 22 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. We've got 22 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here's Davis. The second effort. Sinks it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. There's 14 seconds left in the fourth quarter. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
And you know what? Smart foul. You got to try and extend the game.
Good on the first, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Well, that's what I call cool under fire. Those should be the nails in the coffin.
Stolen by McCollum. Here's Lillard. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
McCollum is always aware. Fantastic skipping the ball over to the open man.
And so it's Portland winning this one. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin, thanks a lot. Dame, you guys got off to a slow offensive start, but came back and got the win. What got going?
It wasn't the prettiest game. We didn't shoot the ball well, but we just had to find ourselves. I think we did a great job of sticking with it. Some shots started to fall and we was able to pull away.
And that ball goes in the basket, everything changes, right? Thanks, Dame. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. So long, everyone.